Elijah woke before the sunrise with a picture in his head, a lonely man beneath a streetlight and a bottle stained with dread. On the glass were words carved deeply, like a warning etched in stone. The shadows waited all around him, but he stood there all alone. Then a voice broke through the darkness, soft as rain before a storm. He knows what's slowly killing him, but he keeps holding on. He knew what was dragging him down, knew why his whole world spun around, knew every lie that whiskey told. He knew the price, he knew the toll. The truth was standing in plain view. He already knew. Morning came and Elijah opened his worn Bible once again. Pages bent from years of mercy, marked by tears and marked by men. Then James spoke from the paper like a bell inside his heart. Don't just hear the word I've given, be a doer, make a start. Down the city streets he wandered, through the noise and through the heat, till he heard the sound of glass and stopped beside an alley street. There stood Marcus by a corner, underneath the broken light, eyes that carried years of sorrow, trying not to lose the fight. He knew what was dragging him down, knew why his whole world spun around, knew every lie that whiskey told. Soul. He knew the price, he knew the toll. The truth was standing in plain view. He already knew. Across the road, two men were watching, like vultures circling the weak. They saw a man already broken, too exhausted just to speak. Marcus raised the bottle slowly, like he'd done 1,000 times, trying to drown another memory, trying to silence all the signs. Then Elijah stepped beside him, not with judgment, not with shame, just a simple word of mercy, and he softly called his name. Marcus turned and said, "Not today, friend." Elijah answered, calm and true, "You don't need another sermon, you already know, don't you?" Then the air around them shifted, and the flickering light stood still. Every failure, every heartache rose before his battered will. Promise left unbroken, every chance he'd thrown away, every road that led to nowhere met him face to face that day. Elijah pointed at the bottle, said, "That's poison in your hand." Marcus stared down at the pavement, like he finally understood. The men behind him stopped advancing, something changed they couldn't see, and a battle fought for years inside him reached its moment of decision. Long silence, shaking hands, one last look, one last chance. He knew what was dragging him are told. The truth was standing in plain view. He already knew. The bottle shattered on the pavement like the prison of his past. Marcus dropped down to his knees and felt the burden leave at last. Why couldn't I do that before? The broken man finally cried. Elijah smiled and answered softly, you could have, you just didn't decide. Now the streetlight shines above him where the darkness used to rule, and the freedom he'd been searching for was the choice he always knew. He knew, he knew, the whole time he knew. And this time he didn't walk